Hi guys, so something people have been waiting for is the Potpourri swap since I mentioned it last month. It's just a little idea I was tossing around and it just took me a while to put it together in my head, like what do I want as far as the guidelines that will make sense, make a nice project, a nice swap for people, and I think I came up with it. So if I have any links for any of the items that I'll be using, they'll be in the description box. Those will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. Generally for this one, I hope you have the dies at home. Obviously everyone has floral, I think, dies that you can hand make flowers. Okay, that's what this swap is about. You're going to hand make them. I don't want you just to purchase flowers, throw them in there, and send them out. I don't think that's what we want for this time around. Maybe the next time, we'll see. But for now, they need to be handmade flowers. So this, I'm calling it the two-tone spring potpourri organza bag or sachet. I forgot the name of the last part of it. Swap. I will find out the name right now when I go back to my computer. But just quick off the top. So, the embellishment case swap site filled up really fast. There was a lot of people who were, sad, disappointed, upset that they didn't get in, and I had to turn away people, and even my, people, my regulars, people I chat with all the time, and it's not easy for me to do that, but at the same time, I have to preserve my sanity, guys, and I said, 40, and I did 40. I did put a wait list out. If people drop out, I will let people know as that happens, but hopefully with a timely manner, right, so that they can still get in and do what they need to do for that swap. Having said that, if you are in that swap, you are going to be last priority getting into this swap, because I think that's just a little more fair way to handle it, right? Because what happens normally is I open swaps and people just take up all the spaces, and I know so people just take up the spaces real quickly, and, I want to open it up to more people so that more people can join the swaps. And so what's going to happen is if you are already in the embellishment case swap and this swap is interesting to you, you can email. I'm just not going to sign you up until I know, let's say getting towards the end of the week, because I'm still going to open this one up till March 5th. Of course, if it closes up, it will be in the title, you guys. Please notice the title. I always change the title of the video. If it fills up, I say swap closed or, sign up closed, because people will still email me and I'm like, I said it was closed, in the title. Please look at the title. Depending on when you're watching this, you might check the title and be like, oh, it's already closed. All right, or filled up, but please check the title. So what I'll do is if I'm not, getting a big enough group or whatever, and there's still some spots, I will then let the people who asked to sign up but are already in the embellishment case swap to sign in, to come in. So if you don't hear from me, if you're already in the embellishment case swap, it's because I'm not going to reply to you until later on. And again, first come, first serve. That's how I always do it. And that way there's no, oh, well, this person and that person, well, she let that one in. And it's like, nope, it's always as things come in. That's how I do it. So, that's just the fairest way, and I don't feel bad, right? When I tell someone, no, because it's already closed. So that's that. And then I'm going to go into the rules, and this is going to be super easy. I always say that, and then there's always something. This has to be in a bag about this size. Okay, so we're going to talk about it in just a minute as far as the flowers that you are to create. Of course, it's whatever you want, whatever flowers you want. The reason I did two-tone in spring is because I want you to choose two colors that you like, two colors that you think go together great. Of course, spring colors, we're not talking about black and red or orange and brown, we're talking about spring colors, right? Spring tones. And you're going to choose two of them. So that way, all the flowers you make are going to coordinate with each other, so when someone uses them on a project, they can just pull them out and oh, I like this larger one, I like these two smaller ones, or whatever, right? But they already coordinate, so I think that's the best way to do it. It's going to look really cute, and generally when you buy potpourri, unless it's a whole mix of different things, it's the orange with the cinnamon sticks or whatever, right? Or lavender with little green leaves. So it's usually a tone on tone or two-tone thing anyway. I guess, like I said, it just depends. And then there's the one where it's all kinds of colors, but we're not going to do that right now. Maybe if this works out, maybe we'll do it for the summer or something. But for the spring one, just, soft, beautiful pastel spring colors, you're going to choose two. And that's up to you. You don't have to tell me what two colors. That's fine. Just do whatever you want, but two colors. So as we go through and I make my flowers, I guess you'll get more of an idea what that means. But let's say, and me, I love my corals, so it's probably coral and I don't know, cream or some other color, right? So let's say mine are coral and cream. You can still use a third color, but not really. I know sometimes you might have to back up a flower with white or a cream color or a gold color or something else. So I would consider those a neutral thing that you need maybe to finish up your flowers. So silver, bronze, gold, white, black, like cream, those basic colors. Like mine, I am choosing cream as my color. But you know, you might have to accent it. Maybe you want to put some glitter on it. That's like a certain color, you know, that's fine. But the bulk of your flowers should be the 2 colors that you choose, right? And that, you know, let's say I said coral and cream. Okay, I make a whole flower that's coral. I'm not mixing the coral and the cream, but maybe there's some other ones that I'm going to layer up, and I'm going to do that, you know. Mix the 2 colors together, whatever. But you'll see, I guess, as we work with it. The other thing is, I know I'll probably get this question, like, let's say you choose pink and whatever, I don't know, pink and yellow, which is really cute. They all have different shades in there. So just because I chose coral or you chose pink, you can do dark pink, light pink, whatever, you know, if you need the layers, right? Sometimes some flowers you want to layer them up with like a background, the next layer, and then the very top layer. So it might be like a little bit deeper pink, a little bit medium, and then a little bit light or whatever. But in that color family, right? And again, keeping the spring theme in mind. So I just want to clear those up, and you'll probably see as I'm working what I mean. But I do have some rules. So all my swaps, I used to run them pretty much the same way, but now I'm just going to be a strict teacher. So you have to stick to the rules. If you don't, I used to swap them out with other people who broke the rules. Sometimes there aren't other people who broke the rules, so then like someone, like I feel bad sending it to somebody, something that's not appropriate or just didn't follow the rules when they did, and that's not right, you know what I'm saying? So if you break the rules, it is just going to go back to you without being swapped. And unfortunately, it just has to be that way because there was just too many different things here and there with all the different swaps. There's always something that comes up, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with this? And I try to think of what the fairest thing is, but it's always somebody that's going to get like the short end of the stick, I feel like, and that's not right. So, yeah, so it'll be sent back without being swapped. And secondly, I'm not doing PayPal or any other online payment. This is going to go back out in a small flat rate box, and you're going to include the postage for that, I guess as cash or whatever, in your swap when you send it in, okay? So don't send me a check and don't do any other apps. It's just going to be cash, basically. So that's that. And please don't forget to put the cash in there because I have a feeling people are going to forget. But if you do, I'm just going to wait for you to send it in, and your swap won't, you know, go out until it comes in. But let me see. Oh, you know what? I guess I'll keep my screen over here. So I have these little bags in front of me for a reason. We'll talk about that in a minute. So it is called Two-Tone Spring Potpourri Sachet Bag. And the reason I want it in this bag is because it's going to limit the size of these flowers to that. And then, you know, potpourri usually comes in a plastic bag, I know, but, you know, a little sachet because the little scent comes out of it. Do not scent your flowers. I had mentioned it in one of the videos, and then the gal said, oh, so do we scent it? I'm like, no, I didn't even think about it. Like, in my mind, I didn't think, like, why I would never have to say don't put perfume on them. But I guess because it's potpourri, do not scent them. If I open it and it has a scent, it is going back to you, because I know some people have migraines and headaches and things like that, and those kind of things trigger that. So we do not scent your flowers. Do not scent your flowers. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm going to put that in the instructions here, because I have my instructions, but I hadn't mentioned that. So I will definitely put that in big, huge letters. Okay, guys, do not scent them. But you will have until the 5th to sign up, March 5th, 2022. Of course, it'll probably fill up before that. I'm thinking about 40 to 45 people, just because I haven't done this before, and I think you guys will follow the rules, especially knowing that if you don't, it's going to go back. So I think what people are going to do the best they can to stick to that. It's not hard, you guys. It's just literally, you'll see. Super easy. I just said, you know, don't make it super thick, and what I mean by that is, like, obviously the biggest bag in the world, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. Follow the basic guidelines, even though my guidelines always say whatever it is. You are going to send these in no later than March 19th, so postmark by the 19th. I know that's before the case swap, because these are two different swaps. The case, I mean, it has a lot of things to do with it, and people have to find the cases if they haven't already, and, you know, purchase little things here and there. So I know that takes longer. These guys, you're just going to hopefully boop, 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 whip them out, other than getting your little organza bags, right? So they need to be, but that still gives you like 2.5 weeks if you're signing up today, you know. And of course, like I always say, and people always freak out on me on this one, I say how you send it in is up to you, because people are like, oh, I don't have those envelopes, like the puffy envelopes. That's fine. Send it however you want. It's going back to you in the puffy envelope, okay? So I have those, so that's not a problem. In this one, it's this small flat rate box, okay? Just so they don't get crushed, you know? I mean, this could probably fit in one of like those paper envelopes and everything, but I don't want them to get crushed. That's the whole point. So the price of the box is $9.45, so I already talked about that. You would send it. Whenever you ask to sign up, I will respond. The email is in the description box. I know, guys, there's a lot of things I should have said at the beginning. And then whenever it fills up, I take the email away, so it'll stay there in the description box too. So that's another hint that it's already filled up. But I know a lot of people already have my email, so they're like, oh, I'll just email. But please make sure the swap is still open. Otherwise, I'm just going to say, oh, I'm sorry, you know. And then I will respond with the guidelines, and in the guidelines it has my P.O. box and all that information. All the information pretty much typed out, okay? So the basic guidelines of the swap, it will be 4 two-tone spring potpourri sachet bags filled with 12 flowers. And the reason I came up with 12 because I thought, okay, a dozen, like a bouquet of flowers, you know, whatever. And it's not too many. I mean, you're going to end up making 48 flowers, right? 12 times 4. And only 12. All right, 12 and only 12. Please listen to me. I don't care if you have like little flowers and you put 6 of those and then you did, you know, this many and now it's 18. No, 12. Okay, 12. It's going to be 3 each of 4 different flowers. So let's say I make a rolled flower and a layered flower and like just a little die cut flower type and then whatever else the other one is. It doesn't matter. 3 of each of them. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 12. So 4. And you have to make 3 of each of them. And the reason I'm saying that is because whenever I do something like here, they look better in groups of 3, right? 1, 2, 3, or odd numbers, so like 1. So 3 flowers in case they want to put them together or whatever, and then they all come like coordinate, right? Because they should be the same two-tone colors. So even if they have like a larger flower, then they want to put 2 of the smaller ones that you made or something, you know. So 4 flowers, you're gonna make 3 of each in each bag. So basically, of each flower you make, you're going to make 12 because 3 go here, 3 go here, 3 go here, 3 go here. Okay, the next one, 12. 3 go here, 3 go here, 3 go here, 3 go here. The next one, 12. 3, 3, 3, 3. And the reason I'm saying this is because I will get questions. I know you guys, a lot of people are like, okay. And then the 4th flower, you're going to make 12. 3, 3, 3, 3. Good to go. Put them in your little bags. You're done, you know? So I hope it makes sense. You'll see as I work with it. I'm only going to make the 3 today of each one, or maybe just, you know, yeah. Because, you know, the video takes however long, and I can't just keep making all my flowers today. But I will do the same ones for all the bags. You will choose 2 colors to work with. For example, pink and cream, you know, purple and yellow, coral and gold, whatever. Your potpourri will all coordinate, but will be 4 different flower designs, which is what we just discussed. And all 4 bags will be the same. So they all need to be the same because I can't just do an unboxing where I'm like, this and this, and then she did this here, and then she did that. I can't do that. It takes too long, guys. So they're all going to be the same, which we basically just discussed, right? I went through and lots of detail, I think, what that means. The flowers must have at least 2 layers. And I say meaning at least 2 petal layers, like let's say you punch, you know, you have 2 layers, or you have a die cut or whatever. Or 1 petal layer, like let's say it's just one little simple flower that you're going to make, that's fine. But it has to have like a gem or a pearl center or maybe foiling, right? And then you cut like something more, okay, than just like a paper center. Like it has to be a little more if you're only doing 1 layer flowers. Because I know some people do whatever it is, but I'm sure at the end of this you're doing, you know, 36 flowers. Now you're like, oh, the last one, I just want to cut them out and not even deal, you know? Make them a little special, okay? Even if it's like a 1 layer flower. My goal would be that it would have at least 2 or more layers. But I know like a rolled flower, obviously it's 1 flower, 1 piece of paper you're going to roll around. Maybe you put some glitter, like little glimmer on it, a little shimmer on it, a little glitter, something else. Maybe in the center you put a rhinestone because sometimes they open up and you can put something in there. Or a little glitter in the center. Just something else, okay? Leaves for the flowers. Okay, I know I'll have questions about that. They can be attached to the flower, like if it's a rolled flower and you want to stick a thing or like the little flowers I'll show you in this video. Or they can be placed in a glassine bag separately, right? The sachet bags are kind of small. I don't know that you're going to be able to get it in there, so at least include 4 glassine bags, you know, and we'll talk about that in the video if you want to include some leaves. Nothing else, okay? I'm not asking for butterflies. I don't need like extra little gems. No, it's just the 12 flowers in the bag and then the leaves separately if you want in a glassine bag, but that's it. And not like a ton of leaves, guys, just, you know, enough for your little flowers. The whole thing is to respect the space in the swap back. That's the issue normally with the swaps. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. And don't, number 4, do not include anything else. Clean and simple, please, okay? We don't need anything else. Nothing else to complement, nothing, another extra little something, like, no. And then I always say people are really interested in being able to thank their swap partners, so if you would like to, please include a very little, I said very little because if you want to put it in there, card or tag. So on the outside you can add a little tag maybe with your info, but just know that it might be on camera, right? Because especially if you do a tag on the outside. Which is probably the best way to do it because you don't want to take up space inside your bag for that. And then, okay, after all the swaps arrive, I'll draw 5 names, and that'll be your group. And your 4 will go to each one of the 4 people, and then if somebody's there, it goes to each one of the other 4, and that's how that works. And I get this question all the time, so I don't understand. Back in the day, I remember people used to think I would keep them. I'm like, you think people just send all this stuff and I'm going to keep it? Like, what? It's a swap. Like, we're swapping, we're interchanging, so that's why your group is 5 people, because you're going to trade with 4 other people and they're going to trade with you, okay? Hope that makes sense. And then again, please follow the guidelines, because if not, I will just send it back without being swapped. So 12 and only 12 flowers, and we talked about the leaves if you want, and then the flowers, have to be more than just like a little punched flower that you just threw in there. Like, that's not what we're doing here. We're doing some nice things. So, that is my soapbox, I guess, if you will. and I am sorry, I don't try to sound stern, I just know people are like, I don't know what happens. Now, I'm not going to tell you where to get your organza bags at. Like, these are from the Dollar Tree. These are really tiny. These are 3x4. I mean, unless that's what you're good at, and you're going to make little flowers, like little tiny guys, awesome. So, that's the thing. The size doesn't matter, but they can't be too big because they can't be bigger than this. This is the biggest size I will accept, okay, guys? So, this is a 3x4. These are from the Dollar Tree. Super tiny. Super cute. They have them like pink and purple and blue and all kinds of colors. This is the one I would prefer. These are also from the Dollar Tree, but I mean, Walmart carries them like in the wedding section, like with the craft stuff, or like any store like that, Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby. These are 4x5, and let me see if they're legit 4x5, yeah. So in the number 4x5, and it's actually a little smaller than 4x5, that's not true. It's like 3 3/4, but anyway, they're including the top of this. So your bag should be about this size, okay? I always say the biggest you can do is 5x6. No bigger than a bag that's 5x6, and I'm sticking to that, you guys. Please do not send something in a big old bag, because I know they have organza bags that are much bigger. They're actually kind of expensive. And then you're going to put big flowers in there, and that's not what this is about. Your space in a flat rate priority box. Let me show you what your space would look like. You see that? Like, even this, once it's crunched up, obviously, it's going to puff up and everything. That is your space. This right here is your space for when I send them back out. And then somebody else's is going to be right here, and another person's going to be right here, and another person's going to be right here. Do not make yours that it covers the whole thing, or that it's so big and it's bulky, and, no. And no Ziploc bags. It has to be in one of these little organza bags. So that's another thing you're going to have to find. But like I said, they're everywhere. If I can find some on Amazon, I'll link them just so you have the right size or whatever. But, I mean, they're $1.25, I guess, at the dollar store. It has to be this. So again, these are 4x5. I will accept no bigger than 5x6, but you still can't just like pack the thing in so huge and like these big old flowers. Do not do that, please. I think you understand what that means, right? You saw the space you have, and then it's about, 1.5 inches tall-ish, right? So think about that. It can't be too huge. You don't want to crush your flowers, and I don't want your swap to end up crushing somebody else's flowers, right? So let's be respectful of that. So these are the ones I'm going to use, and I opened this just to kind of have an idea. And all right, if you have any questions, please ask them before just sending in your swap. You know what I'm saying? I know usually I don't want a lot of questions coming in, because like I don't check the thing that often after people sign up and then until people start sending in. But I will, because I'd rather you do that than send in something that's just going to get sent back to you, right? So please ask them. I think this is pretty clear as far as what's required. So, like I said, I love me some coral, so I'm going to go grab the papers that I want to use. Maybe I'm going to do coral and like cream, because I like those together, and then maybe my accent color is like gold, because I like that. And again, we'll just get started, okay? I'll be right back. These are my first flower. I have that little flower set I just used in the Spellbinders set. Of course, whatever you got. I just think this is really sweet. And I'm going to start off with this cream colored paper, and this one's actually pearlescent. Every time I go to grab my cream paper, I think, oh, that's the one, and then I'm like, oh, this is a pearlescent one. That's not what I was thinking about. That's okay. So what I would do right now is I need to make 3 of these. Now, you actually need to make 12, but I'm just showing you how to make 1 of the bags, and then, of course, you need to make 4 of them, right? So, okay, I'm going to roll this out. So I'm going to roll these out 3 times, because I need 3 of this for the 1 bag, okay? So I'll be right back, guys. Now, I have honestly no idea what I was going to do with these, but I had mentioned that my accent color would be gold, and that's what I mean by that 3rd color. Do not have the 3rd color be like purple, because I'm using this and this. Like, it should be like just a muted color, right? Again, white, black, gold, silver, whatever coordinates with your stuff. I'm trying to get that brightness away. Look at, like, when I put my hand, you can see this better, but then, ugh, okay. But I did bring out this little gold stuff, and I thought I used this one before, but I guess not. I don't have an affiliate relationship with Melissa Francis, but she's just an awesome person, and if they still have this, I'll have it linked there for you guys. It's her glass glitter. It doesn't even say it on here. It just has a G, I guess, for gold, but it's her glass glitter. So what I was thinking about this one is just layering up these 2 little petals, and I don't know if I want them right on top of each other, like this one on top of that. I like to have them a little bit offset, something like that. And I think I will shape them just a little bit. Now, of course, they're going to go into a bag that possibly they might get shrunk up again, you know, saying they might flatten out. But I'm going to take a moment and just give them a little. And you see, this isn't anything special, guys. We all, I mean, know how to make some flowers, right? Whatever flowers you like to make, or whichever one you're thinking will be wonderful. So I'm going to take a little moment and do that. And actually, you know, I have the Spellbinders tools, right, for this kind of thing, for flower shaping, but I'm like, I'll just use whatever old thing, because I want you guys not to be intimidated. A lot of times I'll show things in the videos, and then you guys just blow me away with what you send in, because I try to keep it kind of basic, because I don't want people to feel like, oh, it has to be like this, you know. Or even for the embellishment case, and I know one of my girls is like, oh, I thought it was just like one thing, you know, a small thing for the treat bag. And I was like, yeah, oh, yeah. Because in my example, I actually went overboard to show you, like, you can still include quite a few things, but it needs to be pretty flat, right? But really, for that one, it's just one thing, whatever item you want to include as a little treat, a little gift type of thing. Okay, so I'm going to do that with all of them, and I'll be right back. So all I'm going to do is grab this guy. Hopefully you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm going to put a little glue. Now let's say this is all you wanted to do. It has to have at least 2 layers, guys. I mean, really. But it's up to you. If you just want to put the glue and then pour something like this on it, or put a rhinestone, that's a flower. Okay, fine. I know some people are going to go and make the most gorgeous flowers, so I would really just do your best work and what shows like what you can do, you know? This one's pretty basic, I'm not going to lie. But again, it can be this way, and then some of them are going to be a little more involved, and that's okay, right? Just whatever's that you like to make as far as flowers are concerned. And I will turn this a little bit, and I'm just trying to squeeze those 2 together. Just keep them held down there. And so cute. And then I'm going to pop in some more glue. And I'm going to take this. And oh, you know what? I was just going to dump it. But I have my little spoon that Shireen gave me. I still have here. And then I need to get the one, I think, was it Cindy? Sent me on the little necklace. So cute. And I have a little shovel that my other friend sent over. So let's just take a little amount of this. Sprinkle that in there. Make sure that's on there good. And I was going to say, to be fancy, I'll use some tweezers if I can even find them. How about this one? And that is one little flower. That little piece is not really supposed to be there, but I will finish up the other ones and I'll be right back. One I'm working on, and again, that one little bit, it's just kind of hanging on there. And that is my first flower. Now I would, if you were at home, I would make 12. I'm only making the 3 for the video to show you how each bag, and I'm going to repeat that over and over like a broken record, because I will get that as a question. You are sending in 4 complete swaps. So this is the 3 flowers that will go in one of them. All the same, like I had mentioned, you know, Actually, I need to sprinkle these rests back in. So that is my first flower done. Okay, cream and coral are my colors. I have gold accent colors. Now, is it done? Do I want to add leaves? Do I want to roll out some leaves? I was thinking I can cut some leaves, maybe in gold paper. Ooh, gold glitter paper. Ooh, is that too much? I don't know. And then attach them to the flower, right? So let me do that just to show you what that might look like. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to put these gold leaves. They can be green leaves. Okay, your leaves are not an accent color. You know, you want to make them green or whatever. Leaves are leaves. I'm not going to include that in as far as whatever color you want to use, because obviously most time people go with green. But look how pretty and look how cute. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm telling you, the large die of the month is awesome. I will have it linked there for you guys. And somebody had asked how they can buy it without joining the club. With Spellbinders, there's no commitment. If you join, like today, let's say, okay, I'm going to put in the large die and I'm going to buy that. They're going to charge you for it the day you sign up, unless you already signed up, and then they do it on the 5th. But anyway, and then like they're going to ship it out to you. And then the next month, if you cancel it or whatever, you can cancel it in 2 days and 3 days. I would say give it time for them to actually ship it, because I don't know that if you canceled it right away that they would still honor, or like, you know, go ahead and fill your order. I'm sure they will. But give it a couple and just cancel it, and that's it. Otherwise, you have to wait till it comes out. It's going to cost more, and then you have to pay for shipping, right? Because right now, as a club member, it's just they ship it out for the price that you see, and maybe they charge you tax depending on where you're from. Anyway, like I glued that on. It's already there. Actually, I'm going to. That looks really pretty. So that will be part of it. If I didn't want to just put them on now, I would get a little glassine bag like this, and I would pop all my little leaves in there. Right? So this is a glassine bag. Again, it doesn't have to be this. Just don't put it in a Ziploc bag, you guys. They look kind of cheesy. Like if you go to the Dollar Tree, you know they have like the little jewelry bags in the section, the same craft section. That's nice. Don't put in another organza bag. The point is to keep them safe, right? So, because the leaves, a lot of times I'm going to cut some sprigs and they're so like tangly and things. You don't want them to get messed up. So like this guy, I'm going to glue it right on there because it looks fine. It looks great, obviously, but it's not going to get hurt is what I'm trying to say. It's not going to damage anything, I don't think. So I'm going to put that on there, and I'll do the same thing with my other ones. I'm just going to add my little leaf there. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Okay, I'll be back. For this one, I have been dying to use this set again. I love this, the Layered Rose dies from Diamond Press, and so basically I just want the dies. Now again, you see on here there's these cute little bows and there's butterflies. We're not putting any of that stuff. We have cute little like spray, like, you know, like not sprigs, because obviously if you want to use that as your leaves, that's fine. But like curlicues and all these different things. Do not include those things, guys. We don't want a ton of stuff in the little glassine envelope. You know, if you have 12 flowers, maybe there's 12, 13, 14 leaves in there, you know, not 20, 30, 40 leaves, okay? So just keep that focus. Like, these are really pretty, actually. I think I'll include that. Trying to see what else I wanted to put on this one. Is it one layer? Okay. I think I'm going to make this probably my biggest flower. So I have this guy, and like I said, I'm doing coral and cream, and see how this is coral, and this is like a lighter accent color of that. So that's what I'm going to use for this one. And I did want leaves from here too, and I was even thinking about doing these smaller guys, but then that's going to maybe go too matchy-matchy, you know what I'm saying? Because it'll be exactly the same 2 tones as this. So I'm going to leave this like that. Oh, cool. So these leaves only have green, so, or the one layer, right? Yeah, I don't see another layer. Let's just make sure. Yeah, and I like this one, so I'm going to cut that one for these guys. So, again, I am going to run through and cut out 3 of this layer, which is going to be the darker color, I think, and then 3 of the base layer. Again, at home, when you make yours, you're going to do 12, because you're going to make 12 flowers, right, of the same type. And then I'm going to cut out 3 of these guys from this green paper. And I'll be right back. I'm rolling these out. I just want to mention, this is basil paper that I bought, like, at a scrapbook expo. So I have, like, back in the day, I guess they probably still sell it that way. They sell it in like a case, so that all you did was tear the very top off, and it kind of would have like an angle, like a magazine holder. Never would use them because they're too expensive, so I bought like every color, you know, the blues, the reds, or the oranges, because that's how they would sell them sometimes, or well, that's why I have these colors that go really well from one to the other, right? The coral and then like the lighter shade of that, because they're made that way. But I'm using them today, and they're so pretty. I always keep them right out because they look really nice, and you read on the sides like brights or tones or whatever, however they used to sell them. And I never use them because because I'm too cheap. But now, you know, I like to use my good stuff for these swaps, but I just thought it was kind of funny because I'm like, ooh, look at me busting out that basil. All right, and it does have a texture, so that's the other thing. It does have texture. You know, you can also emboss these things just to do something more fun, you know, like, well, this one I wouldn't, but like, it just depends on what you're using, right? A rolled flower, maybe you want to emboss it first and then roll it just to give it a little more texture. I think I am going to include a rolled flower in this one, but I'm going to maybe put some of that little glitter on it. I don't know. We'll see. But all right, I'm going to keep working. I have two more. It looks so pretty already. Love these little, look at that. So these leaves, for sure, I'm not going to glue on because they're pretty delicate. So what I'm going to do is collect all three, and I'm going to pop them in my little glassine bag. Oopsie. Yeah, of course you can do that at the end when you have all your leaves or whatever, if you want to include leaves. So I'm going to put that to the side for now. And I'm just going to glue these guys together. Sorry, that's a lot of noise. Ugh. These kind of videos, I end up with so many things all over the place because I'm like, okay. You know, I'm going to use this one because it has that little skinny little head on it. And just turn this around. Goes like that. And so I'm just going to get glue all over this. And this is going to be important because think about it, you're going to put it in the little bag. And, you know, I would have said, oh, you can put them in any old plastic bag, but I think those are harder to come by and there'd be a lot more variation in that. And it's not going to be as cute because the whole point is for it to look like a sachet, right? Which normally comes in something like that. Or I guess a paper bag that you can't see through, right? A lot of times, but that's not what we want. And, okay, so I'm just going to layer up the other two. Again, you know, this one has 2 layers. I'm not going to do anything else. If you want to, you know, add some more glue on the edges and then add like little glitter or whatever. I'm going to do a rolled flower just because I want to, but I know I'm going to see some gorgeous flowers from you guys because I have a feeling. But again, they can't be too big, right? So, like layered flowers, I know. I'll get some of those in. I just want to show you these. I guess we can show them at the end, but how cute. And then that one die cuts out 4 leaves, 2 larger ones and 2 smaller ones. So I put 2 smaller ones in this one and then 1 and 1. I like those little guys. And then they're going to be with this. Oh, so pretty. Okay, I'll be back. Guys, so that is the other 3 that will go in that one organza bag. And so now we have 6 of our flowers for my little potpourri bag. So cute. And you guys, I am really thinking about doing the little baby's breath one on this. It was so cute. Whenever I had tried this out in the review, I just thought it was like the cutest thing. So I think I might include it. That might be my 3rd flower, and then the 4th one I'll do a rolled flower. Of course, whatever flowers you guys like to do. It's not, you know, just what I'm doing. Now I'm looking at the green and I'm like, okay, that's okay, but then I thought maybe I should do a gold stem and then the little brown and then the cream color flower, right, for the potpourri. So this beautiful gold stuff here. Ooh, look at that. So I think that's what I'm going to do for this flower. Where's my cream colored paper? Okay, there it is. I'm going to do this. So this will be gold. And it has 3 layers if you want to. If you don't want, like, let's say you did that stem brown, you can just pop this on it and then the brown will peek through here. But I didn't do that. So actually I can just leave it so the gold pops through. But no, I want to do something different. So this one I'll cut out from some brown paper. I did have some really nice dark brown here somewhere. And maybe I'll use this one for this guy. And then for this little top layer of that baby's breath, because this is so unique. I really love that. And you can fill it in here and there on cards or whatever. I think that would be really fun. And so I'll do this one. So I'm going to cut out 3 of each of these. Okay. Let's see. I have my 3rd one. Oh, it's hidden here. So much stuff. Look at that. All over the place. Okay. And so these little guys, I love the shine on that. Basically, we're going to put these 2 together first. And put that on there. I'll take a little bit of this off by patting it on my hand because a little too much on there. Put that on here. So cute. And then this goes on top of that little bronzy gold. Just like a very deep gold color. So again, that gold is like my accent color, so there it is. So I hope you're kind of understanding what we're kind of getting at. This is very delicate, obviously, with its little stem. This paper is very sturdy, so that's what's nice about that. So I'm going to finish up the other two, and I'll be right back. So that is my third flower, looking so pretty already all together. Again, we're going to pop these in the bag, and I'll probably put these, you know, towards the back, the larger ones and the smaller ones. Okay, I am going to cut out a rolled flower from a Cricut cartridge, I think, on my Joy, so I'll be right back, but obviously it's whatever you have. I just, for some reason, can't find a lot of my rolled flower dies. Like, that's weird. Actually, I have some from Crafter's Companion, if you guys recall, and they're a little bit longer, and I just found those, actually. But I did find one on Cricut that I thought would be cute, so we'll see. Let me see if it works out for me. I'll be right back. Pop this out of here. It's just a little flower, rolled flower that I had. I first cut it out at almost like 3.5 inches, and it just is too big. Like, this could not fit in there. We're not doing that. So this is about 2 inches or something. You can see, maybe 2.5. I don't know. I'm gonna see if this works, because if it doesn't, then I will make it even smaller. So these are the kind of adjustments that we'll have to make, you know. And I did fire up my hot glue gun because I kind of want to just pop this on here and then not worry about it again. Now, we're going to run this through an embossing folder, like I said, just to give it some texture. I know when I'm done with this, I want to roll it up. So I kind of want to turn it back. Oh, you know what? Well, I'll just do it on here. I don't know if I can do this quickly or not. I thought maybe I can just get in here and do it all at once, but I don't know how that's going to work. Just kind of roll behind the petals. See what I'm saying? So the petals come backwards, and I'm just doing this. This is kind of a lazy way. We'll see what happens. See if it works. Before I took a moment to do each one, and it just didn't even do anything. It didn't look like anything happened. So I'm just rolling behind that. And with these kind of rolled flowers, basically you're rolling towards that center. And so, again, I kind of wanted this to do its own thing, curling out this way. But you can also spray it with water. It always gives it a little crunchy feel when you're done. It feels really cool. Is this almost ready? Because I need this to be ready, basically. Yeah, we're almost there. Okay. And I am going to try to hold on to this. I'm using a quilling flower tool, even though you can just hold on to it. Kind of crunching the paper as I go along, because I can feel that my paper wants to give me resistance. It was good rolling around it, though. It kind of broke up the fibers a little bit. As you can see, they're still pretty much straight up. That's why it's like, eh. A lot of times people wait till the end after they're done, then just crunch it down. But it does start training them, so it's not a waste of time to try to curl them to begin with. And I'm going to put it in here. Basically, what you want to do is kind of flatten that out a little bit. You're going to let this go to fill up that space. So this is still a little bit big, but you know what? It's actually a good size. So I'm glad that's good. That works for me. And so I'm going to put some hot glue down here. And I am not like the best at working with these. Oh, I just got hot glue on my little Joy. Oh well. So I'm going to put the hot glue, but I'm still going to be wary of kind of how this unravels a little bit. I want this one out here and here. And before this really sets up, I'm going to twist this back a little bit tighter in the center. So now you see the very center is kind of open. And I'm just going to go around and open it up. Some people just give it a squish. I don't know. I feel like I need to control it a little better. So I'm just going to go around each little petal. Just kind of open it up, okay? And I'll be right back. Okay, guys, and since this is still on and that's all set up and I already kind of messed with that, I'm just going to pop these in the center. Again, same thing. Now, since I already have the hot glue out, I'll just use the hot glue for this too. But you can always just drop some glue in there, drop a little diamond thing in there. Ooh, put the glue down first. So I'm going to pop a little hot glue in there. Not the easiest thing I've done. I probably should have done this a different way. Maybe I use regular glue next time. But for now, I'm actually going to dump this on top of here. Because I want it right in the center where the glue is and not where I don't want it. So I'm going to let that set up for just a second. If you want to take just regular glue and run it on the edges, you can then dip your flowers in there and they'll have little glitter edges. But for now, that's just the center of mine. Okay, I'm going to finish up the other two. So I did that. I'm going to cut some little leaves to go along with that, and I'll just be right back. I'm just going to choose some leaf dies that I have, and I'll be right back. Guys, we are there now. Of course, like I said, if you're sitting down and you're doing your session, I would just do all 12, right? I did get these leaves and some little sprigs from the Be Bold Blooms, which I know are out of stock at the moment. Like whenever you're watching this, maybe they'll be back in later. But so again, our little leaves, you know, these are the ones I made basically for this, but you know, you can pair them up with whatever. And I did 2 in case people want to put 2 with it. I don't know. And again, this is the whole point. So these guys I'm gonna put somewhere else. But let's say, you know, you get these and you go to make a little card, and now you have these little guys you can tuck here and there. And maybe that's in the corner of your card or in your tag or whatever you're making. Maybe you have this. Maybe you're gonna pop these guys in here. Actually, this one has its own leaves, remember? But you can put those there. And maybe I want to put a little sprig over here. And so now people can make stuff because it all coordinates already, right? I think this is really, really sweet and really fun. So I'm going to just collect my leaves and carefully put them into this bag, and I'll be right back. So those are my leaves. Now again, if you know, if they were small enough, I can put them in the sachet, that's fine. I'm not really aiming to do that. I'm just going to put them like this. And maybe put a little something to close that up, whatever that might be. Okay. So there's that. Where's my little sachet bags? Oh my gosh, you guys, I've piled up so many things. I'm going to sit down. Let me area so I can sit down, because of course I always pile things up on my stool and I can't even sit. Okay, so let's move that. We have our leaves here. Okay, so I'm going to put these in here, and I'm going to start off with the big guys, kind of like in the back. Where are we at? Am I just closed up? Yeah, I was going to say, this feels weird. Put these guys. They're going to shift around, obviously, in the mail, but we're going to put those there. And then maybe these little guys. Oh my gosh, these look so awesome with that gold stem. I love it. I'm gonna pop these little guys in here, and when I open them for you guys, like to show them again, they're all gonna be the same, and we can even see them right through the bag. I'm gonna be very careful with it, right? And these little guys, maybe we'll put these guys in next. Again, these things are gonna shift around and move, so it's not a big deal, but I do want, maybe I'll put this in front of the other stuff. There we go. And then start putting these little guys in. Let's go, little buddy. This is actually a nice rolled flower. Sometimes, you know, you get some and you're like, ugh. I like the design of this one. If I can link it, I will. I don't know how that's possible, but... And then this little guys. These little guys, what did I say? This? I don't even know. Okay. I'm just trying to put these guys in here so everything's just in there, and then we're gonna close it up. Now, look how cute is that. That's my little organza. Again, I think this actually would fit in there if I fold it up one more time. So if you want to put your leaves inside with it, and actually that'll help it kind of keep your flowers a little more protected, you know. I definitely would do that, because what I can do is squeeze my leaves down a little bit more, fold it over one more time, pop it in there. If not, keep it separate. But the only thing with that is that it might escape while I swap it out. People might be like, oh, I guess these leaves, maybe they go to these, you know, I don't know. So I probably would put it inside the bag. But I'll leave that part too, it's not a big deal. Or attach it, you know, with a little clippy somehow. And then on this, I would just make a tag, and maybe I'll make it on my Cricut, like the Joy or the Explorer, and I'll just do like the name of the swap, which always evades me here. Two-tone spring potpourri sachet bag, and then maybe my name on it or something so that people know who had made them, right? If you want to put your email, go for it. If you want to put your address, go for it. People sometimes want to send thank you cards and things like that. But again, those things might show in the video, so be careful with that. If you want to put it inside here, I would put it in here like a little board maybe, so it also protects your flowers, or you can put it on a tag, however you want to do it. Please package it easily so it don't have to like completely take everything apart. It should be basically just like this. And so let me get the box. Oh goodness, I hope I don't drop a bunch of stuff. So I want you to see, this is my swap. I have my little 12 flowers in here. I'm going to make 4 exactly the same. You're going to make 4 exactly the same. And, well, yours are the same. Mine will be the same, not the same as mine, right? And this is my spot, you see? So I'm not taking up everyone's space. You know, the next person's going to be over here a little bit, and then the other person and another person. I'm going to close it up, try to package them really nicely, hopefully, you know, so they don't shift around too much. And that's the swap, you guys. So have fun with it. This was actually really a lot of fun to put that together. And I wasn't even thinking about like putting these flowers together. I was just like looking for the colors more than anything. But look how cute that was, right? When I popped a couple here and a couple there. it just works. So hopefully what happens in the swap is that you'll get maybe like some coral ones, maybe you'll get some yellow ones, maybe you'll get some purple ones, you know, who knows? You might end up with a few that are all the same, but they're definitely going to be different from each other, right? Because everybody has their own style and the way of doing stuff. Inking, embossing, I mean, more, you know, I was trying to keep it pretty small so that it fits in here, but you know, make a little bigger flower, but there it is. So just try it out. Like I said, I was going to put this one in here and I'm like, oh, these are way too big. And a good thing I didn't do it because, I mean, they are really big, but who knows? Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll have the link, well, links in the description box. I'll have my email in the description box. Again, if you're already in one of my swaps, you're going to take a little back seat until I see how it fills up, and then possibly you'll be in first come, first serve as always. And if it already says up at the top that it is closed, no need to email because it's already closed, alright guys? And you have until March 5th, and follow the guidelines as far as by when you need to send them in. I think this is going to be really fun. It's going to be really fun for me to see them. I know that. Alright guys, thanks so much. I'll see you guys to the next one. Alright, bye now.